Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this googly-eyed candy cane. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a foam hair curler like this. I bought a bag off Amazon. Let me see if I can show you. And it has all kinds of sizes, colors, lengths. So you have a ton to pick from. So basically, I'm just going to pick the red one, the little one, and I will show you. I have a measuring tape here. I can measure it. Whoops, let's make sure it's straight. So the hair curler I have measures 7 inches. I don't know if you can see that with my tape measure. Measures 7 inches, and it's not very big around. If I can measure this for you, it's what, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. It's not very big. Wide. Anyway, this is the one I used because I thought it would be fine for size. I don't need ginormous candy canes. And then you're gonna need some googly eyes. I purchased mine off Amazon. I got a whole bunch of them. I'm choosing red today. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a crochet hook, and I'm using a size H again today, a tapestry needle, and then white and red yarn. And so I start with the red. Let me move this up to the side. And I make a slip knot. Tighten it on my crochet hook, and then I'm going to chain 44. That's all I'm going to do so far. Chain 44. Okay, so now I've chained my 44 chains, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from hook. Sorry. There. And I'm just going to do a single crochet. And then I'm just going to do a single crochet in each chain all the way back. Until I reach the 12th chain before the end. So I'm going to stop at the 12th chain before the end, and I'll show you when I get to that spot. Remember, I'm just going to put a single crochet in each stitch all the way back. Okay, so I've single crocheted all the way back, except for I haven't done the last 12 stitches. And so I'm going to attach the googly eyes, and it's a single crochet, so I'm going to insert my hook into the chain, and I'm going to just do a single crochet around that loop. I don't know if you can see that well. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to do another single crochet around the googly eyes. And then I'm just going to continue to do a single crochet in each stitch to the end of the row. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've completed the single crochets, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just going to grab my scissors and cut that, and then make that a knot at the end. And you can see that it already does have a little bit of curl, but that's okay. So this is what it looks like so far. So now I'm going to do the white. And so I'm just going to start with a slip stitch And I'm going to tighten it on my crochet hook like I did the other. And this time I'm going to start at the opposite end, and I'm going to single crochet in that first chain. I don't know if you can see that. Just going to single crochet, and then I try to crochet over my ends so I don't have as much to weave in later. So I'm just going to continue to single crochet in each stitch all the way back to the eyes. You can see that's what it's starting to look like. Okay, I'll see you when I get to the eyes. Okay, so I have made it to the googly eyes, and I'm just gonna insert my hook into that chain right next, just to the right of the googly eyes. And I'm just going to do a single crochet, but I'm going to pull the loop around that part of the googly eyes. And then in the next one, I'm just going to do a single crochet in between, and I'm just going to pull it in between. So it's not attached to anything in there, if you can see that well. And the next one, I'm going to insert my hook into the next chain, and I'm going to, if I can grab the loop, so I have the loop pulled on this side, and then I'm going to have the yarn coming from behind, and I'm just going to pull it tight. And you can see from the back that you can see the loop is around both those two little googly eyes. So then I'm just going to go in the next stitch with a single crochet, and then I'm going to single crochet to the end of this row. So you can see that when I get to here. Okay, so I've made it to the end of the row, and I'm going to chain one, and then I'm going to turn my yarn or my work. And so this is what I've got so far, what it looks like. And so basically I'm just going to start single crocheting in that first chain, and then I'm just going to single crochet all the way to the googly eyes. Okay, so I've made it back to the googly eyes. Okay, so I've made it to just the stitch just before the googly eyes. So I'm just going to single crochet in that, and then I'm going to go insert my hook into the one that's right in front of the googly eye, and I'm just going to pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull around that loop to the back, so you can see that I'm actually in that stitching around. And the next one, I'm just going to do a single crochet just like I normally would around the inside of the googly eye. And the next one, you can see that the stitch is right in front of the googly eye, if you can see that well. So I'm going to insert my hook in there, and I'm going to pull up a loop, and I'm going to pull it in between the googly eyes, and then I'm going to grab the yarn on the other side of the googly eye. And then, so that one is around the googly eye as well. And so then I'm just gonna, the next one I'm just gonna crochet a single crochet as I normally would. And now I'm just gonna go, you're free sailing all the way back down to the end of this white. So I'll see you at the end of that. Okay, so I've made it to the end of that row, and I'm just gonna chain one. I'm gonna cut a little length from my yarn of white, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all that white. I'm going to keep that long tail, and that's knotted now. And now you can see, besides a few ends that aren't weaved in, but this is what it looks like. My googly eyes. So this is what it looks like. And it has some stretch to it. So it stretches. Okay, so now I'm going to take the end of my white that I cut the long end for, and I'm just going to thread it on my tapestry needle. And then I'm going to take this end, and I am going to pull this yarn from the front to the back. There. So I'm going to take and I'm just going to go in through half of this loop here in the side, and I'm just going to go into this red, just as a simple little like stitch. And I'm going to take this white one and go to that way too, into that same stitch. Whoops. So I'm creating this little, it's a little pocket kind of, so you can kind of see the edge. And so now I take my curler, and I'm going to make this on an angle. So I'm just going to insert my hook into the white and push it to the next stitch to the red. And so it's kind of got a little pocket there. I don't know what else you want to call it. And so this is how I stitch it all the way up. So like you twist it, give it a little twist. And so now I have where the red meet the white. I don't know if you saw that. So I have the little pocket, and then I'm going to twist the yarn around the curler. And then I'm just going to grab some white and put it in the red. And it's going to start to look like a candy cane. And I try to pull my stitches fairly taut. I don't want to make any, creases or anything, but so I just kind of like twist it as I go, and I just keep attaching. You can see this. So I'm just continuing to attach my candy cane, and I'm just going to slip stitch, kind of whip stitch or whatever you want to call it, the stitches together. Because this will have some give. So I'm just going to continue to do this around. I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. See, now it's starting to look like a candy cane. And I'm just going to continue to do that all the way. And I'll stop when I get to the googly eyes and show you. I don't think it's anything different that I do. I just kind of whip stitch it together. Okay, so I've made it to the googly eyes, and I'm not going to do anything special. I'm just going to continue to stitch it all the way. And I just continue just to stitch it. And you can see where I'm going in behind and catching that stitch and going in to the other side. Oops. So I'm just going to grab that and go in here. I'm just going to continue. Whoops. Whoops, I keep hitting my lights. So I'm just going to continue to do this. And you can see it's starting to come together. Little candy cane. Oops, I just pulled my yarn out. And you can see I just have a little bit left to do. So I'm just going to continue, oops, to stitch it. All the way. And you're going to have to pull it a little bit. And then all I do is pull this so it's down. And then just grab that down there. And so you have it all weaved in. And so now I just pick up one of the white loops and I make it kind of like a knot, and then I weave in my white on white. And then what I do is I cut my yarn, and so there's, you can leave it a peppermint stick with googly eyes, kind of like, I don't know, like a peppermint stick with his eyes upside down, I guess. You can leave it a peppermint stick if you want, the googly eyes, or I turn it with the eyes and make it a candy cane. And so there you have 2 little candy canes for Christmas. And then the next thing you could do is take some yarn. I have a little bit of red, and just put some through the loop in the back, and I'll pull it to the end, and then I will tie it. Actually, let's snip it. Let's tie it this way. And then you can hang it on your Christmas tree. So you can have an ornament or hang it from wherever you want. But there is your googly-eyed candy cane. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.